I'm Raghavan Shetty, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Canara Engineering College. This video is continuation of a prerequisite for Basic Electronics 18 ELN 14 of VTU syllabus. Let us continue with the prerequisite where we will study PN junction formation. As we have seen in the previous video, doping creates either a p-type material or an n-type material. P-type material is created by doping a trivalent impurity into silicon or germanium, or n-type material is prepared by doping a pentavalent impurity into silicon or germanium. So p-type materials are positively charged and n-type materials are negatively charged. P-type material containing holes as the majority carriers and n-type materials contains electrons as a majority carriers. So p-type materials and n-type materials are brought nearer a p-type material and n-type material if it is brought nearer at a junction, then we can create a PN junction diode or a semiconductor diode. How the junction is formed when we brought it together, we can see it in the next slide. When p-type material is brought near n-type material, the holes from the p region tries to move to n-type to diffuse with the electrons, and free electrons from n region tries to diffuse into p region due to difference in concentrations. And these holes and free electrons will start combining near the junction. This process we call it as a recombination. Each recombination eliminates an electron and a hole. One electron gets combined with one hole, and every recombination will eliminate one hole and an electron. The uncompensated negative ions will start creating in the p region. I repeat, the uncompensated negative ions start getting at p region, which do not allow further movement of free electrons from n region. Similarly, uncompensated positive ions in the n region do not allow any further movement of holes into p region, holes from p region. So this region which creates a barrier is called as depletion region. Since in this region the ions are formed, it acts as a battery with positive and negative terminals, and it's also called as space charge region, where one end is positively charged and another end is negatively charged. The built-in voltage which exists in this region will be 0.7 volts for silicon and 0.3 volts, approximately 0.3 volts for a germanium. As we studied in the previous slide, a p-type material and n-type materials are combined together and a barrier is created, which is nothing but a PN junction diode. The p-type can be connected with the aluminum lead and called as anode, and n-type is connected with the aluminum lead, which is called as cathode. A diode is a two-terminal device, but which acts as a switch, which opens in only one direction. Biasing of a diode is applying an external energy to the PN junction. If I apply an external battery, if the positive terminal of the battery is connected to anode, that is P junction, and negative terminal is connected to negative of the N junction, that is cathode, then the diode is said to be forward biased. If the positive terminal of the battery is connected to N junction, that is cathode, and negative terminal of the battery is connected to P type, that is anode, then diode is said to be reverse biased. Any electronic device, after the manufacturing, it needs to be verified, or it needs to be verified for its performance before connecting it to a circuit. The basic performance verification we do is we connect a voltage across the device and we vary the voltage and measure the current, and we plot the graph, and these characteristics what we study, we call it as a VI characteristics or volt ampere characteristics. The diagram shows a biasing of a diode. Biasing is adding an external voltage to the diode. Here the diode is connected in a forward bias condition where positive terminal is connected to P junction or anode of a diode, and negative terminal is connected to cathode of a junction, and I am varying the voltage from 0.6 volt, because since it is a silicon diode, till 0.6 volts there is a barrier potential which does not allow the current to pass through. Once the barrier potential had overcome, that is the applied voltage, when it becomes more than 0.6 volts, diode starts conducting and you get a VI characteristics curve like this. Till 0.6 there will be no much current flow, and after 0.6 suddenly current starts rising, and this is on condition of the switch. This is on condition of a switch of a diode. When the diode is reverse biased, positive terminal of the battery is connected to cathode and negative terminal of the battery is connected to anode. So when you pass a current through diode, the diode junction becomes widened because majority carriers at N are electrons which start moving towards the battery, and majority carriers at P are the holes which starts moving towards the negative terminal of the battery, and your junction becomes widened and there is no current flow in the reverse bias condition. We say this is a closed switch, that is diode is not conducting at this biasing conditions and it's called as closed switch, and the current will not flow till a breakdown voltage is applied. That is, if I go on increasing the voltage at some junction, suddenly diode gets broken down and it starts conducting completely. So this is the reverse bias characteristics of a diode.